Nola was a married woman who believed patience could fix everything. She was born and raised in a small village, where traditions were stronger than emotions, and silence was often considered respect. When she married Arjun, she entered her new home with hope in her eyes and dreams stitched into her heart. She wasn't demanding. She wasn't rebellious. She only wanted peace. Nola's in-laws lived in a traditional village, house mud walls, open courtyard, and customs passed down like laws. Her mother-in-law, Sharda, was the unquestioned authority of the house from the first day. Sharda watched Nola closely. How she cooked, how she spoke, how she walked. Nothing was ever right. This curry lacks salt. Village girls should wake before sunrise. Back in my day, daughters-in-law didn't talk so much, smiled and stayed quiet. She believed time would soften hearts. Sharda didn't scold Nola openly. She did something worse. She complained about her to her son every night. She's careless. She doesn't respect me. She wastes money. She's not good for this family. Arjun listened. At first, he defended Nola, but repetition is powerful. Slowly, doubt crept in. Arjun began questioning Nola over small things. Why did you answer my mother like that? She says you were rude. Try to adjust more. Nola was confused. I didn't say anything wrong, she explained gently, but her words felt weaker against constant complaints. One evening, Sharda accused Nola of disrespect in front of relatives. Nola stood frozen. She looked at Arjun, hoping he would speak. He stayed silent. That silence hurt more than the accusation. That night, Nola cried quietly, pressing her face into her pillow so no one would hear. She asked herself, is this my life now? Days turned into weeks. The complaints increased. The coldness grew. The home felt less like home. Nola realized something painful. Her kindness was being mistaken for weakness, and the woman who smiled sweetly in public was slowly turning her own son against her. One night, after another argument fueled by Sharda's words, Arjun said sharply, "My mother is never wrong." That sentence changed everything. Nola wiped her tears and looked at him. For the first time, she didn't argue. She understood something clearly. If lies could destroy her, then truth, patience and strength would be her revenge. But not today, not loudly, slowly. After that night, Nola stopped defending herself. No explanations, no arguments, no tears in front of anyone. She understood now. Every word she spoke was twisted before it reached her husband. So she chose silence. Nola became more careful. She woke earlier, worked harder, spoke less. To outsiders, she looked like the perfect daughter-in-law. But inside, she was watching everything. She noticed how Sharda changed her tone when others were around, how she exaggerated small mistakes, how she smiled while planting doubt, and she noticed something else. Sharda feared one thing: loss of control. Nola didn't complain. She listened to neighbors, to village women, to relatives. She helped them, supported them, earned their trust. People began noticing her kindness. "She's such a good girl," they said. Sharda heard those words and didn't like them. Arjun felt torn. His mother's complaints continued, but they no longer matched what he saw. Nola was respectful, hardworking, patient. The accusations felt exaggerated. Still, guilt kept him silent. One afternoon, a neighbor told Arjun, "You're lucky. Not many daughters-in-law care like Nola." Arjun frowned. That night, he watched his wife closely. For the first time, he saw exhaustion, not attitude. Nola began stitching clothes for village women, then selling them. Small income. But her own, she didn't announce it. She just became less dependent, and independence scared Sharda. One evening, Sharda accused Nola of being too modern and money-minded. Arjun asked, "She earns for the house. What's wrong?" Sharda had no answer. For the first time, her words lost power. That night, Nola stood under the stars in the courtyard. She whispered to herself, I will not break this house. I will expose the truth inside. Her revenge wasn't about humiliation. It was about awakening. And the house had begun to crack. Shard sensed it before anyone said it. Aloud. She was losing control. The house no longer bent entirely to her words. Her son listened, but now he also observed. An observation was dangerous for someone who thrived on half-dash truths. Sensing her influence slipping, Sharda became harsher. She ignores me now. She pretends to be innocent. She's turning people against me. Something was different. Arjun didn't react immediately. Anymore? He asked questions. What exactly did she say? When did this happen? Sharda's stories became inconsistent. One afternoon, relatives visited the house unexpectedly. Sharda took the opportunity in front of everyone. She accused Nola of disrespect, claiming Nola had refused to serve her food that morning. Nola stayed calm. She walked into the kitchen, brought the dishes, and quietly said, "I served you breakfast at sunrise. You said you weren't hungry." The room went silent. A neighbor spoke up. "I was there. I saw her serve you." Sharda's face tightened. For the first time, her words were openly questioned. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He replayed months of complaints, every argument, every accusation, every silence from Nola. He realized something painful. He had never once asked his wife how she felt. Arjun finally spoke to Nola not as a judge, but as a husband. "Why didn't you ever fight back?" he asked quietly. Nola replied calmly, "Because fighting lies only gives them more life." Her words stayed with him. People began talking not maliciously, but observantly. Nola is patient. She never answers back. Maybe she's not the problem. Sharda heard the whispers. And fear replaced confidence. Sharda tried emotional tactics. "I sacrificed everything for you," she told Arjun. "Now you choose her." Arjun replied gently but firmly, "I'm choosing truth." That sentence ended years of manipulation. Nola didn't smile. She didn't celebrate. She knew the battle wasn't over. But she also knew something had changed forever. The truth no longer needed her voice. It was standing on its own. The house felt different, quieter, balanced, honest. Shard no longer complained openly. Her words, once sharp and powerful, now carried hesitation. The control she had held for years was gone. One morning, Arjun gathered everyone in the courtyard. His voice was calm, but firm. "I have listened to complaints for too long," he said. "From today, I will listen to facts, not assumptions." He looked at his mother. "False accusations stop now." Sharda was shocked. She had never been confronted like this. Sharda tried to cry. "I only wanted what's best for you." Nola spoke for the first time in months. "I never took your son away," she said gently. "I only wanted peace." Her calmness disarmed everyone. Arjun made a decision. Household responsibilities were divided clearly. Decisions would be discussed openly. Respect would be mutual. "No more whispering," he said. "If there is a problem, we talk together." Sharda nodded silently. Nola didn't seek punishment. She sought space and dignity. Arjun arranged for a separate portion of the house. For them, still respectful, still family, but emotionally safe. That was Nolan's true victory. Time softened Sharda, seeing Nola respected by the village, trusted by her son, and calm in her presence forced self-reflection. She stopped manipulating, not out of fear, but because it no longer worked. Nola's revenge was not humiliation. It was transformation. She turned lies into truth, silence into strength, patience into power.